What's up, guys? Kawasaki here, and it's just been over a year since I got into Joshi Wrestling and DDT, and honestly, it's been one of the most fun times I've had watching wrestling in quite a while. But that's not really why I'm making this. The real reason is because I wanted to show you guys something. Yeah, I got quite a collection. So, backstory. This just started back in March when I first got my Maki Ito print, and once that happened, I kind of dived down into a very deep rabbit hole. Once I discovered how I got prints from TJPW, it went from not just getting one print every so often, then went to a few, then a bunch, and then the collection started to build up. I also discovered I was able to get DDT prints, so it just kept growing. And once Checky started to come out, that's when it snowballed and it was kind of game over. Hell, I even have a book specifically for Checkies. With the prints I got, I usually see them be posted on Twitter, just kind of get like a sneak peek on which ones I would like to get. Besides Maki, I usually decide on which ones I want to get if I'm either a big fan of them or if I think they just look great in my opinion. So as you can see, there's quite a lot. So with the folders, I sorted them out by wrestlers and promotions. The first folder is kind of small, it's primarily DDT. The first folder is Densho Badino, Yuki Ino, and Chris Brooks. And a little bit about DDT was I got into it a little after watching TJPW, but my first exposure was, I think it was Yoshihiko and Kota Ibushi. Sorry, that match or the Kenny and Kota Ibushi match. But other than that, it didn't really click until like recently. DDT is a breath of fresh air, as I was so used to watching like WWE, AEW, New Japan, and stuff in regards to that caliber. But DDT is a little different. Although DDT is infamous to all hell for being comedic, there's actually, ironically, a perfect balance of like wrestling and comedy. Like they kind of just weigh it out, and somehow it's just perfectly like in the middle. But with TJPW, I was initially exposed to the AEW Eliminators tournament. It was towards the Japanese side. I noticed like a few names, like, I recognized a few names, and one of them was Maki Ito, and I just saw the tweets just flood my feed and I was going crazy. So I decided to give her a watch and instantly got hooked. And then a few weeks later, I discovered Wrestle Universe, or as it was known as DDT Pro. I instantly subscribed and never looked back.
This one's just straight up Rico?
At first, when I was actually watching TGPW, I only really focused on Maki Ito, and I didn't really watch everybody and like everything and what everyone was capable of. But the more that I watched, the more I got invested to some of the other people on the roster. If I can remember, I started actually watching Yuka Sakazaki and Shoko Nakajima because I did catch wind of them. I remember Yuka was at Double or Nothing back in 2019, and Shoko Nakajima at Fight for the Fallen, I believe. Might be wrong on that one, but I'll double check. And then once I started to discover more on the roster, such as like, I don't know, Miyu Yamashita, the Up Girls, so on and so forth, I started to get kind of hooked onto almost each and every one of them. But initially, when I was looking at new talent, I was actually getting invested into Riso Endo, as I discovered also that she was still new. This was back 1 year ago. She was only 2 months in. She debuted January 4th, 2021, and kind of just watched her grow as a wrestler. And then more started to grow, such as Rika Tatsumi, Suzume, Hyper Masao, now Kakuta, the list kind of goes on. In the beginning, I was only really watching more for comedy, or not really comedy matches, but like actual wrestling matches. But the more I watched, the more I got invested into the comedy stuff. But with some of my favorites from the roster, it also plays a factor on which print and or check I get. In contrast, with Stardom stuff, they're a little bit tougher to get, but I try to get them whenever I get the chance, just because I know it's a bit tougher to get, and I kind of have to go a little further in. From most to least, I have, and this took me a while to do. So all in all, I have a total of 18 Sake Kai prints and 2 that I bought, but it won't show up until later. 11 Maki Ito prints with 2 I bought, which one will arrive later. 8 Irisu Endo, 2 I have to wait. 7 Mina Shirakawa, and 3 I just bought. And sadly, her store will be closing down at the end of March, so get it while you can. I posted a tutorial on how to get stuff from Japan over to wherever you're living, so check it out. 7 Sayuri Namba prints, 1 I just bought. 7 Raku prints, 6 Yuka Sakazaki, and 1 I'm waiting on. 5 Rika Tatsumi, 2 I'm waiting on. 5 Marika Kobashi, 1 I'm waiting on. 4 Yuki Kamifuku, 1 I'm waiting on. 3 Hikari Noa prints, 3 Denshoku Dino prints, 2 Mizuki prints, 1 I'm waiting on. 2 Nao Kakuta, and 2 I'm waiting on. 1 Hyper Masao, 1 I'm waiting on. 1 Yuki Arai, 1 I'm waiting on. 1 Suzume, 1 Miyo Watanabe, 1 Yuki Aino, 1 Shoko Nakajima, which will be the first to my collection. I'm waiting for that one. And 1 Miyu Yamashita, 1 I'm waiting on, or that one I'm waiting on. 1 Yuki Ino, and 1 Chris Brooks. So all in all, that was, I'm kind of embarrassed to say, that was 115 prints. Other stuff, I have 2 photo books, 1 Tom Nakano, 1 Starlight Kid. I'm actually planning to get the Natsupoi photo book. With the photo books, the Tom and Starlight Kid are signed and autographed, while the Natsupoi one will unfortunately not be signed. Maybe I'll show them, but they're a little spicy. I ain't gonna front. So, as I was speaking about Checkies are a whole different mess on its own. Checkies are pretty much Polaroid photos of the wrestler. They sign it and they address it to you. They're all unique and one of a kind. Although they're small, those things add up really quick. They vary in sizes. I know TJPW usually has the Fujifilm Instax, so these ones are like maybe like yay big. And Stardom and some of the other brands and or companies, they usually get the wider Instax. So again, depending on where you're looking at, they got to be like really big, like the Stardom ones, or like the small ones like the TJPW. Again, this is just gonna be the grand total. 18 Sake Kai, 17 Maki Ito, 10 Rika Tatsumi, 8 Irisu Endo, 6 Mizuki, 5 Yuka Sakazaki, 5 Marika Kobashi, 4 Denshoku Dino, 4 Starlight Kid, 3 Yuki Kamifuku, 3 Sayuri Namba, 3 Yuki Aino, 3 Shoko Nakajima, 3 Raku, 3 Nao Kakuta, 3 Mina Shirakawa, and 1 Tom Nakano Cheki. All in all, 99 Chekis. The majority of them are about 1,000 yen. There's been a couple where they cost like way more, but they're more of a high grade. I also have shirts, a jacket, and I have 1 TGPW calendar and 1 program. So the TJPW calendar, it's actually signed by Hikari Noa and Nao Kakuta. Well, actually no, it's signed by Hikari Noa. It's kind of to see, but yeah, this one is signed by Hikari Noa. The Wrestle Princess program is signed by Sayuri Namba, the ring announcer, and I'm waiting on the program for Grand Princess, which that will be randomly signed. And then for shirts, I have 1 Wrestle Princess, 3 Maki Ito shirts, 1 Yuka Sakazaki shirt, and 1 Stardom Kawasaki Super War shirt. And then I have actually the Oedo tie jacket, which is very close to what they wear in Stardom, but unfortunately it's not the same because the ones that they wear is like base color purple, and then the logo is black, and then the one that I have is black hoodie with a purple logo. With getting stuff from Japan, I have to order one size up, unfortunately. So if I'm a medium here in the US, I have ordered a Japan size large. But yeah, that's kind of it with all the stuff that I have. If you want to see any specific prints, I can post them on Twitter at Kawa_Joshi or Kawa Joshi, I don't remember. Other than that, yeah, if you guys like this and want to see more stuff kind of like this, go ahead and click on the like button. If you want to see more videos and or live streams, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. And just in case that this channel gets taken down for a third time, a link to my Discord is down in the description below, where we're able to watch a lot of these events and pay-per-views and whatnot without doing this YouTube bullshit overlay such as stuff like this. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you on next video and or stream. Peace.